Free Britney as U.S. reps meet Brittney Griner for the first time since their Moscow arrest. Watch this.
Ned, before you go, as of right now, U.S. basketball star, two-time Olympic gold medalist Brittney Griner remains under arrest in Russia. She was detained on these Russian allegations of drug smuggling at a Moscow airport. Customs officers say they allegedly found vape cartridges with hash oil in her carry-on. I should note, Russia has a history of making false charges. Have you been in contact with Russian officials on Griner's detention most recently? Are there any updates you can share?
Well, Poppy, as you know, our ambassador was summoned to the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Monday, where in response to Russia's message to him, he delivered a very clear and candid message that we expect consular access to detained Americans in line with Russia's international obligations under the Vienna Convention and our bilateral agreement on consular access to detained Americans, including to those Americans like Brittney Griner who are in pretrial detention. And what I can tell you, within the past couple hours, an official from our embassy has been granted consular access to Brittney Griner. We were able to check on her condition. We will continue to work very closely with her legal team, with her broader network, to see to it that she is treated fairly. That is a message that we will continue to convey in no uncertain terms to the Russian Federation.
Just an update for her family, if they're watching, or her wife. How is she? What is her condition?
There's only so much I can say, but what I can say is that our official found Brittney Griner to be in good condition, and we will continue to do everything we can to see to it that she is treated fairly throughout this ordeal.
Well, we appreciate that. Ned Price, thank you for the news on that front. We appreciate your time this morning.
U.S. Embassy officials were finally granted access to Brittney Griner on Tuesday. Many have expressed concern that the openly lesbian women's basketball star was being held under false pretenses by the Russian government. Griner is a two-time Olympic gold medalist and plays for WNBA's Phoenix Mercury. She was arrested in February at a Moscow airport. Russian authorities have accused Griner of smuggling a narcotic substance. If convicted, she faces up to 10 years in prison. Well, I will just say that only reason they probably even went after her is because she's a 6'9" tall lesbian athlete and she's black. If that was not the case, she would have zipped right through.
You know, I think the issue is very broad, that this is a situation with what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, and a response to America and Americans becomes a bargaining chip. She has been to Russia many, many, many times. Mm-hmm. She has international and worldwide experience from the Olympics and traveling all over the world. She knows better. So this story stinks to high heaven, given the timing of what's going on in the Ukraine. And then the other thing is, it is just one more in the endless number of Russia and Putin stories that are just sickening the entire world, not the least of which is what's going on in Ukraine. Russia is a speeding train to some kind of disaster, and while this is a much smaller story, it's an example of what's going on in the thinking in Russia.
Scary.
No, I question the validity of the story, and I question why they were holding her for so long there, but it's just, as you said, it's bargaining chips. They're just trying to play into the war.
I take issue with the wording that the State Department officials said. She is in good condition. That doesn't really tell us anything, you know, and they don't want to inflame the Russian justice system any more than they have. At this point, given the Ukrainian invasion situation, she is either a hostage or a prisoner of war, one or the other.
Yeah, that's strong, and I totally agree. Al, too, I want to piggyback on you. That's what I thought. I said, this is really fishy here. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they planted it and they're using her as a pawn. I mean, we're talking about Putin's Russia, okay? And, like, can we believe anything that's coming out of Russia now? So, anyway.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+